deeply involved in one small, specialized corner of science, but he had enough knowledge of other disciplines to know that these people had done their research well. This was an Arizona bark scorpion, one of the most lethal arachnids on the planet. Miyazaki couldn't take his eyes from the creature as the tall man walked towards him with a smile. He struggled against his bonds as the scorpion came closer and closer. He could see it wriggling, the long tail lashing out, the stinger turgid with venom. Now it was right over him, 6 inches above his heaving chest. He could feel his heart pounding dangerously fast. The man dropped it on him. The scorpion landed on its feet and froze, as if cautiously assessing its new surroundings. Miyazaki began to gibber, every muscle in his body racked tight as he strained to see the thing that was perched on his torso. But the scorpion was more interested in flight. It scuttled away, slithered down his ribs, and dropped down onto the sand. "Shit!" The tall man stepped quickly over to where the creature was trying to dig itself in and scooped it back up. Sand ran out from between his fingers as he clenched the scorpion tightly in his palm. "Try again," the woman said. The tall man nodded. He admired the creature. These things were tough. They'd been around for millions of years, unchanged, perfect, and they'd still be around long after humankind had obliterated itself. He didn't want to harm it, just to stress it a little and activate its primal defense mechanisms. He squeezed hard and gave it a shake, feeling its hard carapace wriggle through the glove. Then he held it over Miyazaki's exposed neck, where sweat was pooling in the hollow at the base of his throat, and let it drop a second time. This time the creature landed on Miyazaki's skin with its defenses on full alert, poised to strike. The stinger lashed out, faster than a rattlesnake, and found its mark. The scientist screamed behind the tape and thrashed on the sand as the creature scuttled away. His captors could see where the scorpion had stung him, a livid pinprick already swelling on his neck 3/4 of an inch from the jugular artery. "That should do it," the woman said over the muffled cries of terror. "Gonna kill the fucking thing now," said the stocky guy, watching the scorpion as it ran towards the cover of the rocks. He pointed the pistol. The woman slapped his arm down. "No shooting." "Yeah, leave it be," the tall one said. The stocky guy gave a shrug and put the pistol away. They looked down at the prisoner. His movements were already slowing, eyes rolling back in his head as the toxic shock started shutting down his weak heart. After another minute he wasn't convulsing or kicking anymore. His arched back sank down against the sand, his head lolled to one side, and stayed there. The tall man kneeled down next to the body and used a clasp knife to cut the tape from the dead man's wrists. Once that was done, he ripped away the gag. "Now let's dress this thing up to look how it's meant to," the woman said. The Picos de Europa mountain range, northern coast of Spain, 2 days later. The killers set out early, 7 in the morning. The low sun was glinting over the mountain peaks. They'd driven up until they ran out of track. It was a long way down to the tree line. The cold breeze buffeted the van and made it hard to open the door. The woman stepped down from the vehicle and shivered. Reaching for the Minolta binoculars that hung from her neck, she scanned the mountainside, up, down, left and right, nothing but rocks and shrubs. Her 2 colleagues got out and walked around the van to join her. "Okay," the tall man asked her without a smile. "Let's get it done." She stepped over to the back of the van, opened up the back doors. Julia Goodman blinked as the sunlight hit her eyes. Her heart was in her mouth, and her hands wouldn't stop shaking. She knew what was coming. She'd known it for days, just not how they'd do it. "Let's go," the woman said. "Please." Julia had repeated that word so often it seemed to have lost all meaning, but all she could do was keep saying it and hope. Her eyes brimmed with tears. "Please." The woman looked at her impassively. "I'm so sorry." Julia had been saying that a lot too. "I'm sorry I couldn't make it work. Save your breath." With a last glance around them, the 2 men dragged Julia from the van. She struggled and kicked, but they held her tight, and her cries vanished in the wind. The woman walked around to the side door, slid it open, and yanked out the quilted jacket, the hiking boots, the rucksack. Everything inside it had been checked and double-checked, right down to the keys to the blue Renault Espace that had been leased in the university lecturer's name 2 months earlier. The Renault had already been transported to a hidden storage facility nearby.